Life for colonial women in the 17th century in New England was harder than any other women in the two other colonies. They worked, cooked, cleaned, and took well care of their families. The work within the roles of women were independent, and especially in this time, extremely excruciating. Here we have a colonial woman here to answer my questions. What kind of work did colonial women do?
Work for us in the New England colonies was harder, longer, and pay was low. Farming, clothes making, threading, labor, and cooking were popular jobs.
What was the typical breakfast and dinner in the colonies?
A typical breakfast was bread and milk, which usually was from the family's own cow. The dinner usually consisted of pudding, cornmeal mush, meat, roots, or fish. The basic beverages were beer, milk, and tea. A lot of our meals consisted from our own family's farms and grew ourselves.
What did women wear as normal everyday clothing?
Our normal clothing was really casual unless we were really wealthy. We wore Brunswick, a 3/4 length jacket worn with a petticoat, caps, capes, cloaks, dresses, and riches worn gowns, and big hats with a narrow brim and large decoration on top.
Were women valued?
We were disvalued, and this made our lives even more hard. We were not allowed to vote, nor own our own land unless our husbands had died, and from there we took over unless we remarried. There were many rules or laws set as if we could not do anything without having consequences. Therefore, we were extremely careful with our actions.
And finally, were women slaves at this time?
Yes, we were. If you were a slave, you'd most likely be one for a wealthy household. You would cook, clean, and take care of the children. Some even worked outside in a field for the owner of them. Carrying laundry, fetching water, and routine chores filled their days.
The women living during this time were brave for doing all this work. They had a major purpose and were way too unappreciated for all their work that they did day by day.
From this project, we have learned many of the main things about the colonial women in this time, and we should be grateful that we won't ever have to go through their struggles.
Thank you.
Thank you!